guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, it's lovely to have you. But if you're old, hey boo, it's nice to have you back. My name is Akudede. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how I make my easy breezy delicious festive chicken stew. Now this is the stew my mom makes anytime it's Christmas. Even if she makes it during the year, it tastes different from what she makes during Christmas. So let's get right into the video if you're interested. Over here I have some basil, some ginger, some scotch, bonnet pepper yellow. I have some garlic, I have some onions, and I have some fresh thyme, some adobo, some Aniseed, and then finally some chicken bouillon. Now these are what I'm going to use to season my chicken or to steam my chicken. We're going to first steam the chicken before we fry it. So I'm going to put all of these into my blender and I'm going to blend it smooth. Now the only ingredient I'm not going to add is the fresh thyme. I'm going to lay that on top of my chicken. Okay, now this is stew, so I don't need it to blend smoothly. I mean, it will make it more beautiful if I have some green leafy stuff in there, you know what I mean? Yes. So we're going to blend all of this really smooth, and then we're going to clean our chicken really well. Now this is fresh chicken. It's a whole chicken, and then I cut it into pieces. So this is the soft chicken. You know there's the layers and the broilers. So I use the broilers, which I believe is a soft one, for stew, and then I use the layers for soup. Once I'm done arranging my chicken into my cooking pot, I'm going to pour all of the spices onto it. All that goodness, the aroma, it smells so good. We're going to add a little bit of salt, and then I'm going to lay my fresh thyme onto it and then set it on fire to steam. Now this is going to take about between 10 to 15 minutes to steam nicely before we fry it. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, kindly do so now. Click on the subscribe button and click on the bell so you're notified anytime I upload a new content. So many amazing contents coming up, and I have so many beautiful videos over there that will entice you to cook. So please don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and leave me some comments in the comment section below. Now it's time for us to chop our vegetables. I'm going to be using some fresh tomatoes, some green bell peppers, some carrots, and then some onions. I'm going to prep all of these before I go ahead to do the rest. So I cut my green bell peppers in a little bit of let's say big sizes, okay, so that they can lay beautifully in the stew and give it some beautiful color. So am I going to cut the carrots into quite thick slices, and this will also leave it chunky and a little bit of a crunch, add some texture to our stew. It's amazing, guys, and it gives the stew so much flavor, especially the carrots, the green bell peppers, and some onions. Amazing. So I'm going to be cutting my onions for the stew. For the one that I'm going to be using to cook the stew, I'm going to cut it into quite thin slices, okay, because I want that to cook down. And then I'll be cutting some in quite big sizes. And for those ones, I'll be adding them to the carrots and the green bell peppers, which are going to go into the stew when the stew is almost done. So I'm going to separate it so they don't get mixed up, just like so. Now prepping your vegetables before going on to cook is really important, so that when you stand by the stove, you don't have to be moving up and down in your kitchen trying to put this together, trying to put that together. It makes cooking really easy and really organized. And if you see all these beautiful vegetables chopped lined up on your table or counter, it makes the cooking exciting. It makes the whole process exciting. So do well to do stuff that will make you enjoy your cooking at all times, okay? Now let's get on to chopping our tomatoes. I'm going to be using loads of fresh tomatoes. Look at that beautiful red color. I mean, we're going to be using chopped tomatoes here. I'm not going to be blending them whatsoever. I want my stew to remain fresh with that fresh chicken. I mean, it's really aromatic and really tasty and delicious. We'll be using just a little bit of tomato paste. Most of the tomatoes that's going to be going in there will be the fresh one. So we're going to chop that as well, like we've done, and then place it on the plate and then set it aside and start with the whole enjoyable process. Our chicken has steamed beautifully. Make sure not to overcook it, otherwise it's going to be tearing or coming off in your pot. So when you take the chicken out, let it cool down for about 5 minutes before you start to fry it, okay? Now, you know the stock that we saw in our pot. Please do not dispose of that stock. It is amazing stuff. Store it and use it for some jollof rice, but we're going to be putting a little bit of that into our stew as well. Now, I put some oil into my cooking pot, sprinkled it with a bit of curry powder. If you know, you know. Don't fry chicken or meat or whatever without putting some curry powder into your oil. The aroma, the flavor, guys, you don't want to skip this step. So important. So I'm gonna fry my chicken till golden brown, just like so. Beautiful. I mean, look at that chicken, so inviting. The time that you start frying your chicken, that's when your neighbors are gonna be knocking on your door like, hey, I just came here to say hi, Merry Christmas, blah blah. No, it's a lie, they came for chicken. The aroma invited them. Guys, this is so, like, it's so good and it tastes amazing. That spice combination is so amazing, full of flavor, full of delicious goodness, full of sweet aroma and all that good stuff. We're going to be using the same oil and the same pot to be cooking our stew as well. No wasting of pot here. So I fried my onions a little bit and then I'm adding my tomato paste now. Now you see that was just a little bit of tomato paste. We're going to mix that in there nicely and we're going to sprinkle some powdered pepper onto it. Not too much. Well, you can use the powdered pepper according to your heat preference. I have kids and babies at home. I don't want to use too much, so I just add a little bit and then I cook it down for just a few minutes. Then in goes my fresh tomatoes. Now you see how much that tomato is. There's a lot of tomatoes. We're going to cook that down as well. We're not going to cook that all through. We want to see chunks and pieces of the tomatoes lingering in our stew. That makes it more exciting and beautiful. In there goes some black pepper and then some white pepper. Also, I'm going to be adding some shrimp stock cube and I'm going to be adding some salt to taste. Mix all that together and then leave it to cook for a while. Then in goes some of our stock as well. Now you see, add some of your stock because you want that flavors that were in the chicken to go into the stew as well. Now I cooked that for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes or so and then taste for salt. And then when everything is good and tastes like it's almost done, we're going to be adding our carrots, bell peppers, and then our onions. We're going to cook this just for a little while. We don't want it to cook too much. We don't want it to get soft. We want it to cook just a little bit and feel the crunch in it as well. In there goes my fried chicken. That means that our stew is almost done. At this moment, I have some rice cooking and the whole ambience in the house is exciting. The Christmas tree is up, the table is set. I mean, everything going on beautifully. The aroma of the food, bringing everything together. You want to cook this food as soon as possible. And sure, you can go ahead and use some frozen chicken. It goes with it perfectly. It works perfectly as well. But if you get the chance to use fresh chicken, please go ahead and do so. Now here is some plantain goodness. This meal goes so well with some fried plantain or kelewele. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, everything is ready and set. Our stew, our rice, and our plantain all looking so good and cooked to perfection. Don't forget to decorate the table really nicely. It's Christmas after all. I mean, it's the festive season after all. You want to do something really different that you don't do on a regular day. That makes it very memorable. Okay, so now look at that beautiful stew. Guys, this doesn't only look good, it tastes amazing as well. Please subscribe to my channel. Click on the subscribe button, click on the bell, and also leave some comments and give this video a thumbs up. I will see you soon in my next video. Please continue enjoying the season. Love you all.